Coach Will Lutz has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Going for the deep ball. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Saints are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Off the play fake, Winston. Fighting Taysom Hill, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Touchdown! Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he powers his way up past the 30. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Saints at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. They go play action here on 1st down.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
18 more yards there and another 1st down.
They'll set up to throw.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Hunt will try going up the middle.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Hunt. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
On the move to his left. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On the ready.
They run for it with Hunt, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kareem Hunt with career touchdown number 60.
And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
There's Chris Olave.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
He's had the interception rows in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw, Winston.
He completes it to Olave.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here's Winston. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. to throw here.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Ritter on target to Pitts for a Falcon first down.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year. The Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Patterson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Following the interception, Winston.
And we'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First down, Winston.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll throw again. Winston. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 3rd and short yardage, Winston. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Fourth down, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Coup for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Saints 7.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 20-yard line. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
10 seconds.
They'll set up a throw.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Jameis now on 1st down.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Koo now for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Falcons 28, Saints 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game. And Winston lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one.
And now here is another interception. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On second down, right back to Hunt.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A carry here for Hunt.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Kareem Hunt with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Play action now, Winston. Being chased out left.
Open man downfield is Hill.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for 28 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and
he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, third and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. There comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're continuing to rock and roll. And at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run again with Hunt. He's got it to the 43 here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And this play is going nowhere as he dives to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
He'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Hunt. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On second down, Kamara. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Jameis to throw it. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. Winston. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now.
A 4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the